Okay, the volume's down and the controllers aren't acting up. You can see I got Hu Tao, but she's C1, C0. And she's still pretty nasty at C0, but I also have the Jade, Primordial Jade Wing Spear for her.
Steady as stone.
Noelle's C1, C2. Look at her. C2. Her talents aren't maxed out. Far from it. Mostly because, oh, I need to go and get some more claws this week. I didn't realize it. Mostly because of the claws. I got 3 characters that use claws. I've got Xingling, and her stuff is almost maxed out, but I'm starting to swap her into, even with her stuff maxed out and her stuff not. Even with Xingling's maxed out and Hu Tao's not, Hu Tao's doing more damage, so I'm starting to move stuff over to her. I think that's because she's 5-star and Xingling's 4-star, but we've also got a rank 2 white blind on Noelle. We use Benny and a couple of them because he gets bonus damage, and I'm using the Festering Desire on him. And then of course we use Kiki, which was a very lucky draw for me, but she's C0, I believe. Is she C0? Yeah, C0. She didn't get any real bonuses. She's not maxed out on her skills. Had to go do that in a couple of days to get that up. All of them are level 90. And for artifact sets for Noelle, I'm running a Geo and Gladiator set. Until she gets up a little bit higher, the adding the Geo damage helps. When she gets not talents, when I get this one here, and actually it's C6. When you get C6 with her, you can start focusing back on defense again. I was really focused on defense and had her defense way up, but it doesn't benefit me at the moment because I'm not getting bonus damage for the defense. So I just went ahead and switched over to a Geo set for the meantime. Everything is level 20. Stats wise, she's not phenomenal. She's got really good defense, as you would expect from Noelle. Crit damage and crit rate aren't phenomenal. Energy recharge is okay. Because I'm running right now, I've got 2 fires. The resistance is not in there. Normally I run 4 elements so that I get to 15% damage resistance. Hu Tao, she's got the Jade Spear. It's level 90. It's only 1 refinement, or it's actually 0 refinements, but it gives you the bonus for crit rate, and then you increase your attack by 3.2% for 7 stacks. So that's 21 and 22.4. So once you get the stacks rolling, and then when you get to maximum stats, you get another 12% on top of that, so that puts 34. I think I worked it out. I looked at somebody's rank up, and it's if you've got a maximum refined Primordial Jade Spear, you're sitting at almost 50% just off the spear for damage increase, and then you got the 21% crit rate. Her artifacts, I'm running a Gladiator set. I've been looking to get the the Crimson Witch set because she spends about half of her time doing nothing but fire damage, so uh, that would definitely be an increase. I don't think I'm going with the 4-piece set on her though. Um, the other thing I'm looking at, because right now, as you can see, I've got the Gladiator set. I'm looking once I get the second piece of Crimson Witch, switching over to a Bloodstained so that I get the 25% bonus to physical damage. So now I've got a physical bonus and a fire bonus. Um, I think that's going to be the best way to run her. Ramdini, he's got a Noblesse and Gladiator set. Uh, Mostly because I just pull him out to do a burst real quick and drop his Ring of Fire that that heals, and the Ring of Fire is elemental burst damage. So the Noblesse set plays into that. And then Kiki, I'm running a Gladiator and Blizzard Strayer set, which increases her cryo damage and her physical attack, um, or her attack percentage. Uh, you don't want to go with a physical attack boost on her because her heal skills off of her attack value, not her physical attack value. Um, the, this is just so that whenever, because what I will do with her is I'll kick her out and use the what on the PlayStation is the left right 2 key to trigger her alternate attack, and that puts a little ball rolling around. Well, that's cryo damage, so it boosts the damage off of that. I rarely use the main character anymore, but I've started, since they've done the buff on her, I'm looking to maybe roll her in some. Barbara I use all the time. That's my normal. My normal team is Noelle, Hutao, Barbara, and Kiki. That way I get Barbara and Kiki's little PBAOE going, and then fight with Hutao. Hutao can sit there and chain her alternate attack as fast as it'll come up, and she gets healed back from the 2 healing effects going on at the same time. If I go into a fight that has a cooldown on the uh, elemental burst attacks, then I will, you gotta stagger them so that you've got healing going on. And then if all else fails, I got Noelle to fall back on to kick her breastplate off and get the random heal that she puts out off of her breastplate. I was using Xingling. She's still, there. She's got near max level skills, so, and her installation is C6, so she's capable of doing some damage. She's falling behind compared to Hutao, and it's kind of sad to see that because she's a C6 and Hutao's a C1 or C0, and Hutao's out DPSing her. As soon as I put Hutao in, the second battle I was in, I got the 50,000 point crit. And I just put her in like 2 weeks ago, and I've been playing the game since it was back, just come out of beta. Jean, C1, I'm in the process of finishing her level. She's almost 90. I've got the Skyward Blade that's almost max level. That was a lucky draw. Um, Crit race increased by 4%, gains movement speed, increases attack speed, uh, normal and charged hits deal additional damage, and lasts for 12 seconds. It's refinement rank 1, mostly because of the energy recharge is why I put it on her, because that gives her the opportunity to use her ultimate ability more often, which is a PB ground target AoE heal, and what else? else does it do? So it continuously regenerates characters and deals animal damage upon entering or exiting the field. So what you do is you drop it down. Now they've entered the field, you've done damage to them, but then you hit them with your Gale Blade, which is your alternate attack, and you press and hold it so that she picks them up, and then you release and it throws them out. And it throws them outside the ring, so now they're taking 2 times damage for the thing. And then if you're good enough, fast enough, and capable enough, you can go out, run out there, grab them, and throw them again back into teaming her up with the main character. Whenever you got the main character set up as Animo, works pretty well because her and Sucrose, because both of them will have a knockback ability. So you can use Jean, drop her Dandelion Field, grab them, throw it up, throw them out, switch over to one of these 2 characters, come around and push them back into the Dandelion Ring, and just rinse and repeat. I use Chung Young mostly for child attack. He's like child's antithesis. Lisa you'll use a couple of times in this because I haven't got kicking up high enough yet. She's level 60 right now. I just got her last week, so I haven't had a chance to really work with her. I haven't had any. I plan on spending Thursday building up her skills. I'm in a process right now. What I'm doing is using my daily resin to get skill books so that I can get all my characters leveled up. Right now, she's ready to put levels on, but I wanted to go ahead and finish Jean up, and then I'll start putting all my books back on her again until she levels up. Her weapon, I'm using the Black Sword, which the one time I actually put money into the game, that's what I did, was I bought the $4.99, and I got the Black Sword. Increases normal damage and attack charge damage by 25%, regenerates 70% of attack hit points when normal, charge to crit hit. It's a refinement rank 2. I was able to get 2 of them. And it's level 80 right now. I'll be raising that one up to level 90 here soon as well. I really can't think of a better sword to use for her. The other alternatives that I have, you can take Kiki's prototype Rancor. I could take Vegetarian Desire, but really what you want is what I would like to have is something that did elemental boost, but this one gives a crit rate boost, so that's pretty much perfect for her. I haven't done much with him. He's only level 40. Oh no, he's level 70. I've got the Frost Burial on him. It's rank 1. It's a craftable sword, so I may be crafting that and ranking it up. But I think that it will work good with him because Cryo and Electro is generally they're a good matchup. I don't believe in using bow users. The only reason Amber is up where she's at is because you got to have at least one, and that was the first one I got. I started looking at doing official. What I use her for right now is running around and shooting the water to kill the ducks so that I can build up my foul levels again. So I was thinking of building her up, but then I got Utah, so she sort of fell off. One I haven't done anything with. I put Dodecatels on her. It's rank 5. I'm thinking of building her, but that's again in the future. None of these characters I'm using at the moment, other than these 4, Barbara and Jean, for the and Lisa for the event. If I get kicking up, I will bring her instead of Lisa. But to set up for this, you're gonna want to get 21,000 points. So you got 7 events here to get 21,000 points. So you have to get 3,000 points per event. What I was doing was I would do this. I go in here and I go and set up hard, and then I try to get everything up to where I was over 3,000 points down here at the bottom. And as you'll see, I mean, you have to really jack this thing up to be able to do it. Put that in there. See, I just barely cracked 3,000 there. So I've given the enemy a just almost unsurmountable heads up for a free-to-play player. Yes, I'm luckier than most free-to-play players, but I was still having a hard time getting this one. Usually, what happened is I'd run out of time. So what I started thinking, well, let's see what happens with expert. Well, with expert, okay, so I start off. You use 750 points to start off with. You have ×5 bonus. So we're not going to put any time in. We're not going to put any hit point increase in. We're not going to increase skill cooldowns. This I set to 5, to 50%. It's a character protected by shields. We'll do a electro cryo AoE once every 8 seconds. But it decreases your shield rate by 50%. Hydro, because Barbara's damage, although Barbara does pretty decent damage, her damage is not phenomenal, fantastic, but let's see if I can get that without that. Takes damage, yeah, we'll take that one, we'll take that one. Okay, so we're gonna have to take something else up here. I think I took this one, and then this one. Okay, so they've got no resistance bonus. They do. I get the AOE thing. You do have to deal with this, which is a pain in the ass, but it's doable. And they get 25% bonus hit points. They get you get all these little things. You decrease backlash damage. I think actually for that one, when I did this, no, that's what I did because that's what I got, 3150. But you see now, I've got no time limit. There's no time limit set, so I can just go until I'm finished. The opponents only gain 25% of their total hit points. You still get your thing here. It reduces your shields by 50%, but you're still doing the AOE damage every 8 seconds. You have to deal with continuous explosions. Opponent's attack is increased by 20, and this is how I did it. And I just figured out what I needed to do because I was sitting 2850, and I actually got this one to 3,000 because Noelle pulled me through it. This one here, with the cooldown, Noelle wasn't able to get her shield off often, so I was running out of time, and that's why I was getting 2850. Okay, and this one here is just a pain in the butt. This is the one I have to use Lisa for because Electro is best for this event. And Lisa works good for doing damage directly to the Oceanid because she has ranged attack, and the Oceanid likes to float up in the air and sometimes out of reach of the physical attackers. And as I said, bow users, they're broken. It's just basically they're broken. The people that make Genshin don't want to do something about bow users, they just need to take them out. Shooting normal shots and having 1 in 3 attacks hit is not cool. When you can turn around and put a magic user, a sword user, a polearm user, a claymore user on, and every time they swing they will hit so long as the thing is within their range. This guy is a pain in the butt. What I did for him is This one. This one. And then we start doing this here. I think I did these two. Again, we're not worrying about time because the guy having more hit points is not an issue because you're not on a timer. You can just beat on until he's dead. Do not select this one though, because if you select this one, you have to kill them both at pretty much the same time, and fighting them together is something for the whales that have the 28,000 to 128,000 damage on every hit. After challenge begins active. This one's not bad. You just have to make sure you're switching your characters. That one's okay. And then I took that one. And then I believe what I did was this. Or no. There you go. So this is what I did here. So there's no timer. You don't receive any attack reduction. You don't receive any attack. I could have done that, but I went out and left that off because if your character takes damage, then you lose your bonus and your attack is decreased by up to 50%. It just wasn't necessary. I got 3150, not 3000, so maybe I did do that. And take that off. That's okay, that's what I did. Take that off. This is what I did. No, I was doing the backlash. I was doing the backlash, so there you go. Something else I'm missing here. I had to look and see what I caught, what I'm not doing. What did I not do? Switching characters. This one? Nope. Anyhow, that's what you're going to want to do. And like I said, make sure you don't select this one right here. Because if you do, unless you're capable of fighting them both at the same time, which, if you got a big swirl party, yeah, you might be able to do it. The artifacts on my main character and my sucrose are not great, so I don't have a good swirl party yet. That's something I'm looking at building in the future, but if you get these two guys together, they give you the opportunity for swirl. You can do something like drop a Zingling bear, and then kick off Sucrose's swirl stuff, and now you're getting fire and ice and arrow swirl, uh, which gives you melt and evaporate. So uh, it's doable, but you have to be, yeah, you just have to have your characters where they can take the hits, because the guy with the arrow, what you're fighting is you're fighting two samurai. One of them have a arrow attack and one of them have ice attack. The guy with the arrow sits there at range unless you get up right up on top of him and tries to hit you with the arrow blades. And the ice guy will try to stay on top of you, because what he likes to do is do a large area uh, cold attack that does persistent damage if you stay within the circle. And what I did was I went in there with Noel, Hu Tao, and Benny, and Kiki. Used Kiki and Noel to keep my guys alive, and Benny, whenever his PBAOE was up. But the problem I found with him was his PBAOE. I'd drop it, and immediately the ice guy would come over there and try to stand right in the middle of it and do his AOE, so I couldn't stand in my ground targeted healing field. Um, but my Benny was doing 16,000 points of damage when I did my elemental attack on him. So he was dirting him down pretty good. So I did exactly what I do normally with him. I pull him out for burst damage. If I found the opportunity, I would run out of the circle, go stand someplace as far as possible from the arrow guy, drop Benny's thing, and watch the ice guy come over there and lure him into another place that was away from the air guy. And killed the ice guy off first, and then went and killed the air guy. Once you kill the ice guy off the air guy, you just stand there and beat his butt. Hu Tao dirted him down in about 20 seconds. And that was with the increased hit points. So this guy is, if you got Noel, he's real easy. And then today I'm going to do this one. So let's see how this is going to work. So we don't want to do cooldowns. When characters hit points, their attack increases by 70%. A maximum 25 again. Oversleep. No, we're not going to do 60%. In fact, we may not do anything. We don't want to mess with that. So we got 2,000 right now. We're not going to be messing with that anyway. So now we got to figure out what else we're going to take to get us up to 3,000. There's 2,500. There's 3,000 there. Again, we got no timer. We've increased the hit points of the main character, by the Oceanid, by 100%, but that's okay because we've got no timer. We've increased her damage by, or increased all damage by 20% for the attackers. That's the Oceanid and her mimics. Using Elemental Burst, players' damage is increased by 15%, stacks up to 4 times. No biggie. After 4 times you're maxed out, so you're at 60% bonus damage to you. You just have to watch it, make sure that you're not. We're not worried about Frozen because we're not using Frozen. Well, we got Kiki, but anything that she freezes is going to be quickly killed because Hu Tao will dirt it down. Hydro Mimics will be mallards and parrots. And they always create a water bomb when blown up. So that's one we're going to watch out for. What I may do do that. Again, we're not worried about total hit points. Let's see, we can take that off. Nope. What about this? Yeah. No, we'll take this off. That works. Okay, so we're going to use we're forcing the mimics to be mallards and parrots, which is mallards are a pain in the butt, but that's okay. We've increased the Oceanid's HP regen. We've given Frozen 1% hit point regen. Increased the attack by 20%. We've increased her total hit points by 175%, which is, again, that's substantial, but it's not a problem because we've got all day. We've got no timer. So let's see how this is going to work. We need to get Lisa in here. So let's get Benny out and get Lisa in.
Here, let me help you.
That way we've got a ranged electricity attack. We'll stick with Hu Tao, I think. Yeah, we'll do that. And just be prepared. Characters may die a couple of times, but that's okay.
An assassin from our homeland, or a fool who trespasses upon the waters of Chinza. Contamination must be washed away. The rising floods.
Come a little close. Surrender and I'll be gentle. Come a little close. You're in for a...
Contamination must be washed away.
Come a little close. You're in for a little shock.
In the image of the wilderness.
Come a little close.
Cross over.
Go. Sacred name, fortune preserver. I must leave as a dutiful maid would. Wheel of life.
I don't know why I did that. But the Hu Tao first, should have gone to Kiki first.
Time to go. Steady as stone. You're in for a little... Come a little close. You're in for a little... Come a little closer. You're in for a little... Come a little close.
These guys are a pain in the ass, aren't they? Camera angle.
Higher, higher, pants on fire!
one. I don't know if they were keying off each other or what. I know that they were protecting each other because the one that was damaged would always get behind the other one, or the other one would jump in front of him.
Wheel of life.
Ah, did it again.
I must leave
Switch
no
out of
stone
you her attack and then switch out. When you come back, she doesn't have her ability anymore. It's not like the rest of them. I don't know if that's a bug or if that's intended.
You're in for a little peek.
River carving rapids.
Come a little closer. You're in for a little shock. Come a little closer.
Go. Urge of vengeance.
You're in for a little shock. Try not to enjoy this too much. Come a little closer. You're in for a little shock.
There is no
Come a little close. Don't be such a brute.
Leave it all to me. River carving rapids. Wheel of life.
That was hydro resist. Put some shields on. Let's increase our attack a little bit.
Let the torrent surge forth.
Come a little close. You're in for a little shock. Come a little closer.
There is no escape. Rise.
You're in for a little. Come a little closer. You're in for a little shock. Come a little closer. You're in for a little shock. You're in for a little shock. Come a little close. My.
There is no escape. Faster. Toss over.
Come a little.
Let the torrent surge forth. There is no escape.
You're in for a little shock. Come a little closer. You're in for a little shock. Surrender and I'll be gentle. Come a little closer. You're in for a little.
Contamination must be washed away.
Come a little close.
River carving rapids. Life goes on.
You're in for a little... You're in for a little shock. Come a little closer. You're in for a little... Don't be so... You're in for a little... Come a little closer.
Let the torrent surge forth! Wheel of Life. River carving rapids.
You're in for a little shock. Come a little closer.
Challenge completed, 3,000 points. I can already see uses for official and that. Rather than having Hu Tao take official in, if you got her built up, when you go up on the water spout to protect yourself, you just sit there with official and charge shot the ocean it.
Silly
But
churl,
that's about all you're gonna do with her, because if you try to get charge shots off while you're while you run around on the ground, the oceanid mimics will get you, and it'll break your charge shots up.
Life goes on.
And if you try using your auto attacks, 1 in 3 will hit. So, but that's how I'm doing the event to get my 21,000 points, and I'll show you why. 21,000 is the key. Okay, so we got a reward. So at 21,000 you get the card. If you go above 21,000, good for you. You're getting what, 1, 2, 3, 4, it's 80,000 gold and 32 weapon and enchantment crystals. This is the mark that everybody's wanting to shoot for. So good luck getting your 3,000 points, but you're going to need 3,000 in all of them. If you do not have level 90s and cannot do, well, Lisa's on level 80 right now, but if you don't have level 90s or level 80s and have decent gear, then find a friend and get your 3,000 points. That way you get your card. Good luck and have fun.